Yo. Okay. First of all, I'm really sorry because I have not been uploading. I haven't been filming these. I've been all over the place. So I feel like I always say I've been all over the place, but I'm really just like I feel like maybe that's the best way to describe it. I've been all over the place. Oh, where'd I go? Sorry. Wait, okay, I'm back. Yeah. So yeah, I've been all over the place, but I have good reasons. Okay, let me give you a little update. So this is day 84, 85, 86, maybe 87. I don't know. I think it's 84, 85, 86. Okay, so Sunday, so you saw Sunday. That was when I started recording the end of the song I've been working on, Someone, right? Been working on that. That's kind of what I've been doing recently. And then Monday and Tuesday I was working, but I really wanted to make something, right? I really had like an urge to create, right? And I feel like it was it's gonna bug me. Did I speak about in the last episode? About what I created? I must have done. Because on Sunday I was making a new song. I came back from the gym. Yeah, I did. Cool. So I came back from the gym and I made a new song, right? Just because I kind of listen to a lot of music with drums in it. I've talked about it in the last episode. Yada. So Monday and Tuesday I was kind of just working on that non-stop, and that kind of goes against what I've been saying in terms of the days where I'm not working. The days where I'm working, I focus on music marketing. But I have been, I was doing some marketing on the side on those days, so it wasn't completely neglected, but wasn't the greatest. But anyways, I have reasons. I just really wanted to make something, create something different. I feel like the music I've been making recently is not the music I've been listening to, and a lot of the time the music I'm listening to kind of serves a purpose to what music I want to create as well, because that is music that's interesting me, that is music that is exciting me, right? So if I'm listening to a lot of high energy stuff with drums and cool like riffs and cool drum patterns, cool production, I want to kind of be inspired by that and make music similar to that. If I'm making a lot of sad music, if I'm listening to a lot of music by like Lizzie McAlpine and the likes, Daniel Caesar, Boy Genius, those type of musicians, then I'm obviously gonna make music similar to that, right? So I've listened to a lot of like it's kind of weird because yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of like James Blake's new album, which is great. The production, that's amazing. Been listening to like kind of old McGee, so I think the album's called, what's it called? And a Museum of Contradiction, which is very like, atmospheric music. The lyrics aren't too like, the lyrics are still there and they're good, but it's more the production, it's more the sound, it's more the universe you're immersed in. We listened to Kid Apollo, which I mentioned last episode. To that type of music, great production, great drum patterns, great melodies, and yeah, kind of more high energy stuff. James Blake not so much, but some of the songs in the new album does have a lot of like what's the song? The song is called Rest of Your Life. If you listen to it, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's the music I've been listening to, so I thought why not kind of create something like that. And yeah, it sounded really good. I always say it sounded really good, I've noticed that. That's kind of the best way to describe it. It's not too arrogant, but it's not too humble, I guess. Yeah, so Monday after I came back from work, I was working on the melodies non-stop. So Sunday I worked on the song, Monday I worked on the vocal melodies till like 3 a.m, 4 a.m. And then Tuesday I had an early shift, and literally during the whole shift I was thinking of the vocal melodies. I swear, that's the only thing that was in my head. I was walking around the shop floor, obviously doing what I need to do, but the only thing in my head was figuring out the vocal melodies that I was working on the night before. Then Tuesday happened, so after work, and I found the perfect melody on the way back from the gym, because I took a different route back home from the gym. I met up with my friends, and then they left early because they were at the gym earlier, and I decided to go a different route. Usually I go this way, I went that way. The route's slightly longer, but I decided why not. And on that walk, I was just writing lyrics on my phone, lyrics I'll use for later or whatever. It wasn't particularly in mind for that song, it was just in general. And then I was working on the second verse when I got home, and I just sang those lyrics I was working on, and the melody just kind of came out of the words that were used, the syllables that were in the lyrics. And yeah, it sounds amazing. And it actually turns out that that is now the chorus of the song, even though it was just meant to be the second verse. I listened to it again. It's the chorus now, because I really like it. And yeah, so I'm currently working on 2 songs in a row. And then today came around, Wednesday I wasn't working, but I decided because Monday, Tuesday I was just non-stop working on the song, I thought let me take a day to get the music marketing done for the next song next week. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. One thing I was thinking on my way back from the gym today was what I'm going to do in terms of where I'm taking my music. And because for a long time, you know, it's been this album. But now the music I'm making is slightly different from what I'm making before, or this song, for example, and probably the future songs that I want to work on. I'm thinking, will they be on the same project? Is it better for me to kind of not write an album, per se, and just do 2 EPs? One where it's the kind of folkier music, the singer-songwriter type of music, and second, the new type of music I've been making. And it's really weird because I don't think the song that I'm working on right now will be on the album, but all I've been working towards is the album. And I said to my friend at work, and I think I said a couple episodes before, it's like, I kind of always want to be creating music, right? And I was saying to him that when is the cutoff point between, and I said in the episode before, when is the cutoff point between the songs I'm writing? When will they be on the album I'm working on, or will be the songs I've already written and that I need to record be on the album? It's like, when's the cutoff point? And I always said to myself it was when I'm not interested in the project anymore. I'm not interested as in not interested in it, bored. I'm not bored in it. It's more when I want to create new stuff. When I want to create new music. I want to create new sounds that don't necessarily tie to the album, to the themes of the album. And I think the song that I literally just worked on was a perfect example of that. And that's not to say that I'm never going to write a new song for this album. But what I'm saying is that I think I'm edging closer to that kind of shut off of, right, whatever I make now is not for the album, it's for something else, it's for another project, it's just a single, and everything else that I've already written will just be recorded for the album. But then it's like, will the album be any good? Because if it's previous stuff and I think I can write better, do I just scrap the album? Do I just make it an EP, and then do I just work on new stuff that I'm interested in? And that's all to say, you know, this is all up in the air, because in a couple of days' time I might write a song that has the themes of this album, right? That reflects on the themes of this album. I might just pick up my guitar and write singer-songwriter stuff. And that's not even to say that this album is going to be complete singer-songwriter stuff. You know, not every album has to have the same kind of rigid structure of, okay, it must follow this genre. I don't want any of my albums to be like that. So that might even allow the song that I'm working on right now to be part of it. The lyrics kind of do tie in to that theme, so it's not completely out the window, but it's, I don't know. I mean, it's only a demo that I've worked on. But yeah, I'm kind of just all over the place. The idea of dropping just 2 EPs entices me a lot more than working on a full album. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm just saying that because it kind of removes stress, or not removes stress, but it kind of reduces the pressure I put on myself. But I really want to drop an album. But the only reason I feel like I want to drop an album is because I see all the greatest musicians that I'm inspired by be dropping albums at my age, right? Their debut albums are either at my age or younger or slightly older, and I just feel like I have to kind of follow that path. And that's kind of the only reason that, to me, why I'm still kind of following this trajectory of an album, because in my head it makes so much sense to just drop 2 EPs. I don't know, because if I look at the songs that I've got now on my phone, where are we? Like, if I'm looking right now, so I'm definitely gonna, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at the moment I've got 12 on the track list that I've got on my phone, right? 12. And I'm looking at like 6 of them. I'm thinking, I don't think they're good enough for me to put in that energy to record them, to mix them, to master them, to produce them. So that means the album's only got 50% of the content. This is why it's an issue. Because if I'm in a state of, I want to be writing new stuff, new themes, new material, but I've still got half an album to write, where do we go from here? I don't know. And also, would it be better for me to drop an album and wait till I have funding from a label? You know, I've got to be funding the vinyls, funding the CDs, I've got to be doing marketing. Would it be better for me to have a proper team before I even drop a debut album? And that's another thing. I don't want to spend this amount of time on an album and my marketing skills, just me alone, because again, it's just me, be the reason why no one listens to the album, right? You know, I started the album in October. Essentially, I know the days are from January 1st, but the first song on the album is Love Yourself, and that was released in November. I don't know. I'm kind of just all over the place, and I feel like I say this a lot, but it's difficult because it's just me, and I love that it's just me. I love the independence. I love everything, but it's difficult because, like, even the stuff I'm working on today, the video editing that I'm doing, like, even like, it's not the most complex stuff, but it's low-key technical what I'm having to do, and all I want to do is make music and create music, but I've got to do this, and that's not a complaint. I understand what I have to do in the music industry. It's not me moaning at all, because I understand how the industry works and how everything has to be. I'm fully aware of that. I'm not going, oh, I hate social media. Social media is being part of a musician. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. But what I'm saying is that if I had a team around me and all I could do is just make the music, and, you know, I would be involved with the creative process of the videography, the social media side, the music videos, like, but I don't know anything about directing. I don't know anything about editing. I don't know anything about marketing. I've had to just learn it myself. You know, on the days where I'm working, I literally, like, this is like my 4th notebook about music marketing, and all I'm doing is just taking notes. Like, hold on. Like, I'm just taking straight notes of what I need to learn and, you know, all the stuff that needs to be done. And it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. And all these things are like, step 1, send an email at midnight. Step 2, create a mailing list. Step 3, like, websites. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I work. And again, I know what I have to do. This is not a woe is me. This is not a woe is me, because it's not a me complaining, oh my god, look at all the stuff I've been doing this for so long, I'm so used to it by now. But what I'm saying is, I don't want the album to not be good or to not be heard because of my lack of marketing skills, because of my lack of social media skills. I want to have everything in place first before I drop an album. A debut album at that. But then there's a creative side of things. I've always wanted to drop an album. So do I follow the creative side of things, or do I wait for a team to be with me and then to, you know, for them to give me their knowledge, their guidance, their everything, and then I drop the album? Or do I just follow my creative output? It's difficult because, again, it sounds like I'm complaining, oh, it's just me. I love that it's just me, but there's only so much I can do. And yeah, it's interesting because if I'm just looking now at what other artists do, I feel like a lot of them wait till they're signed to something, till they have a team before they drop an album, right? I feel like they drop the EPs first. They drop the, you know, they do everything they're meant to be doing, and then they wait till they've been recognized. They're a bit bigger. Their fan base is bigger, and then they do that. And I think that might be the way to go. I don't know. Which is weird because you know, this whole thing, what you're watching right now is the documentary of me making an album, and now I'm contemplating making an album, and I'm contemplating splitting it into 2 EPs. But I just think it gives me more creative freedom to be able to do that. If I just drop 2 EPs, I can make whatever I want. I can literally make whatever I want. I feel like when I'm writing this album, it has to be very this and that. But what if I just drop EPs and just do whatever I want? Just drop an EP there, drop an EP there. Oh, I'm recognized now? Okay, then I drop the album. I just don't want it to be a situation where I've made this crazy album that I love to bits, and track 9's my favourite. I think everyone should listen to track 9. Not a single person listens to it. But if I drop it in an EP, everyone will listen to it. There's the issue. I need to think about it. I really do need to think about it because it's a very big decision I need to make. But I'm just looking at the songs on this track list, and you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 are recorded. Or 3.5, because the fourth one is someone, right? So 4 are pretty much recorded. And 5, there's definitely another one that I want to record. And there's I Have My Flaws, which I was working on before. And there's the interlude, which I want to record. And there's Lonely, which is the one I like. So that'll be 8, which would warrant an album. But would I want just those 8 to be my debut album? And that's the issue, I don't know. Or do I just keep writing? Maybe I just keep writing. I think I can keep writing. But we'll see. But that's just kind of my biggest